All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be for you. All right. Live here on at the captain's table. Number 15. Look at there. We're just building them up. All right. Good to see you all. The link has been posted in chat and it's at the top of the comments. Yeah. Welcome to another evening here aboard the Tempest. Glad you arrived. Hoping that this will be another pleasant evening. Might be boring, but it might be pleasant. We'll see what's happening. Looking for a sound check. I probably could raise the music a little bit, but I haven't yet. And we'll go up 2 more points. I don't want it to override me or even come close. We'll see what happens. Alright? Yeah, feel free to click on any of the music links there. I think there's 2 of them. There was 3. I don't know why I didn't keep the first one. Anyway, there's some decent music there. Add it to your library if you'd like. Here we are in Michigan, 8:41 in the evening. Weather's kind of stable, below 30. Yeah, that's all right though. Wait a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 will come in. Someone just left. So I hope you gave it a thumbs up. Get a copyright on this notification, but not a strike. The creator allows it. I don't know why they do that, but that's all right. Was getting the battery warning. Took care of that. Hey, welcome aboard. 2 of you just jumped out. Hey, Gator. Gator Sky Exploration. I'm glad you made it, dude. Hell yeah. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. It's going to warm up here if it's warming up there. Because we're getting a lot from the west right now. A little bit of, every now and then we get a few pushes from the southwest. That really heats things up here. We're starting to hit just below freezing, and we're going to get above freezing in the days to come. I'm glad you made it, Gator. Kind of was hoping you'd show up. That's 35. That's 30 above what we've gotten lately. But we're in about 3-4 days we're going to hit 50. And then it'll drop back down a little bit. We get waves of warmth, and then back down into the cold. It's like having the freezer door open. That kind of effect, you know. You open the freezer and you feel that cold, but you know it could be warm if you shut the freezer door, but it just doesn't shut the door. got the captain's cat right here at my right side, where she normally is about this time of night. Yeah, I started a little earlier than normal tonight. I think I'm going to start about this time every night. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. 6:45. It's 8:45 here right now. I'm thinking your pizza's about there. I know you're in New Mexico, I believe. I'm not sure if you're part of the... Yeah, because it's 8:40, or I'm sorry, yeah, 8:45 here now. Hell yes, Mr. Reese. Thanks for popping in, man. Hell yes. You've got to give your best impressions on all your sons. Yeah. One or more. Yeah. Yeah. Let them feel just as important as all the rest. Because usually the youngest feels left out. But Dad give him a little special attention. That's precious, man. I only have the one son. The ungrateful son. Yeah, but I'm hoping that I'll have a grandson that I'll still be alive. And he'll want to come see Grandpa. Find out for himself, get his own opinion. I think it'll be quite contrary to the opinion his father has given him. Mr. Click, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for being here, bro. Hell yeah. How's that birthday doing? I think you just had a birthday. Might be wrong. I get a Facebook alert every now and then. I don't hang much on Facebook. Sometimes I'm like 5 days behind. Yeah, Mr. Click.
Come on, other people need that.
56. Oh shit, you're an old man now. Yeah, next month I'll turn 65. Oh yeah, hell yeah, you build a bonfire then. There you go, you raised them right. Hell yeah. Happy birthday again, Mr. Click. I put it on your Facebook, I'm sure I did. You know, a whole lot of people I get notices from, but yours I do all the time. Me and Mr. Click shared some time in a men's shelter, and there wasn't a bunch of us that were, let's call it, sensibly minded. And I think even the staff there recognized it. We were like the first people to jump up anytime they needed a volunteer. Me, of course, I had quite the beard growing. And they, oh no, you know, it's all white, you know, so they kind of went, no, you're all right, here I am. Look, when you walk in, you sign a paper that says you'll give them 16 hours. And I was willing to give them all 16 plus if necessary. Oh, Facebook got deactivated. Well, that's all right. At least I knew it was your birthday, right? Facebook told me anyway. Oh, yeah. Are you on Instagram? Because I can find you on I'm on Instagram as well. Not with any of my lives or any mention of the show. I did it on Facebook at first. I mentioned it, and then, you know, things don't always stay the same once you show them what you're doing when you're having a few drinks, enjoying yourself, and expressing yourself. Because they can't. A lot of my Facebook friends, they're not retired like I am. You know. That's all right though. We'll get used to that or over it. Whichever feels better. Let me turn that volume down just a little bit. I got a feeling it was touching just above my voice. I don't like to raise my voice above the music either. Sound check. My voice over the music. You'll be able to hear it, but I don't want it to be too much of a background. Gonna have to go through my YouTube. Not favorites, my YouTube. When you save music, I have to go through all of them because I just seen a bunch of stuff. I don't remember putting in rhythm and blues. So I have one for rhythm and blues, one for stuff to play to, one that's just overall music that I collect. Every time I collect something, it always goes into my music folder, but another folder as well. All right, thank you, Mr. Reese. I will do that. There we go. I bring her down 2 clicks at a time. Hey, welcome aboard, those who are here that haven't shouted out. I'm always Captain Morgan and Coke. The other night I did Captain Morgan and ginger ale, and I woke up with a little bit of a hangover. Captain Morgan and Coke, that doesn't happen. I don't know what it was in the ginger ale. And get this, a liquor store that didn't have Coca-Cola. Y'all are in your 50s. You're low, you're 50, 51. There you go. The next month I'll turn 65. Yeah. Grandpa's still looking for his last place to live before you go to a home, you know. I probably got about 15, 20 years before that happens. So my grandfather didn't pass away till he was in his 80s. Coors Light. Cheers. Hell yeah, Mr. Reese. Mr. Reese, cheers to you, brother. Well, I've been going to the closest liquor store to me here, run by a guy from India. Let's just call him that. That's his origin. Paying probably about 40 or 50 cents more for a 2-liter of Coke, and probably about $4 to $6 more for a 1 liter of Captain Morgan, or a 750 liter even. You're still paying $6 more. Well, where one of my housemates here goes to work, and all I need to do is ride along, and it's right next door to that major grocery chain he works for. And what I got to pay like $2.50 more, and I end up with a half a gallon for the same price that I pay for a fifth. That's crazy, man. Crazy. I can't drink beer because I'm a pot smoker. Here's the problem with smoking pot and me. If I don't smoke any pot all day long, which is kind of rare these days, but if I didn't, and I started drinking beer, it has to be very cold, and I'm all right. One after the other, off the tap or out of the cooler, or whatever, as long as it's cold enough. The moment I smoke pot, I'll sit there and smoke on that, and not hit the beer till I'm done smoking on a joint or bowl, whatever. The moment I take a sip of beer, it turns to foam in my mouth. It changes. Oh yeah, blessings to all those visiting nurses. Hell yes. I have a friend who's a nurse like that. She's more, she does more of the family things, She's a nurse for the little kids, kind of like a nanny, but at the same time she's also, maintaining something that's going on with one of the kids or something. Very rich folks. She gets paid very well. Till they paid off their property, probably have 2 more now. Al and Diane. They introduced me to my ex-wife. And when we got divorced, she got them for a while until she started totally ignored them. Yeah. That's what happens when you go from a man who lets you do what you want to do, have the life you want to have with me, to a man who completely controls her and limits her friends and contacts. And I'll tell you about an instance that happened once. Oh yeah, that's right, Gator. A friend of mine, his parents owned a grocery store. And he's like one of the top guys. He was one of the top guys there. They shut down since then. But anyway, he was my best man at my wedding. And he spotted her with her new husband. And he went up and said, "Hey, blah, 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 how you doing?" And her husband came up right away and looked at her and said, "It's okay, you can talk to him." What the fuck, man? Wait, you're giving her permission to talk to somebody? What the fuck, man? When we were together, she worked at a movie store. Then she worked at a oh, what the hell was that? It was an Admiral, and they made subs there too. It was weird, man. He said he asked how she was doing and everything, and she kind of, as little as possible to reply so hubby there wouldn't get all fucking jacked out of joint. Yeah, I was never controlling like that. Hell, let her have freedom. Hell, the husband before her was kind of controlling like that. I never once went there while she was working to see what guy was talking to her or anything. And later I found out that the last job she had when she was married to me, that's where the guy, an old boyfriend, started showing up, having lunch with her and shit, Like, wow. Yeah, that was my phone giving me alerts on Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube stuff. Scott Jennings, 8 Republican U.S. senators recap Trump's. Yeah, Trump did a big thing. I can go all day on this channel. They won't charge me extra. Oh, Biden, yeah. Trish Reagan, Officer Tatum. And now even on YouTube, I am now live at the Captain's Table, number 15. Oh yeah, it's all good. Boy, oh yeah, Gator. Just name the day. Yeah, like a Saturday or a Sunday. I'll make sure that I'm sober the night before. Absolutely. That way all buttons will be clicking. I don't know how musicians, professional musicians, could drink and still be able to maintain, man. You'd sweat it out in the first 20 minutes. Yeah, we could do it live here. Yeah. All of our faces pop right up. We could all pop right up, get on our guitars, and hope it all sinks in as long as there's no delay or, I've seen it happen. Or one person play something. I don't know if I might even have the tools in this laptop to be able to edit something so it would sync it, link it, sync it, so we could all be playing. I've seen collaboration plays. Oh my God, man. Oh wow, I've seen some great collaborations. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens, everybody. We're talking right now. We may get a date to, do some jamming together. First, we got to do some jamming together. Yeah, that will work out. Yeah. Hey, I have made it so that anybody can come up right now if you wanted to. There's the link again right there. If you're just on your phone there, Gator, you can still come up. But you don't have to. It's understandable. Reese, I think Reese is probably, I got a little early. Like I said, 8:35. Been a half hour now. But Reese has to work in the morning. I don't like to stress Mr. Reese out. He's got a good job and he's doing well. Oh yeah. Yeah, and you know the captain has to, because I keep advertising for it at the bottom there. The captain has to smoke some pot. And like it says on the bottom, yeah, right there. It'll start right there. Yeah, it starts right there. Yeah, Michigan. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, what I said. I don't want to hack up half a lung here on camera, though. And my cat nudges my leg here, laying next to me. He's like, okay, you can pet me now. Yeah, that's a good cat I got right there. She's like a mini, one of those cats, those big ones. Because she's very, very furry. Oh, what are those cats? The big ones. The calico, you know. Maine Coon. She's like a mini Maine Coon. Because I look at the other cats that we've had here, and she's got paws that are like this wide compared to the other ones that are like that wide in the front, you know. Yeah. She got the great big paws in the front. I've seen her mom. Her mom is probably no taller, but like a third longer than she is. Welcome aboard, whoever just jumped up. Appreciate you. Give her a thumbs up if you can. Oh, pardon me. That's just the Coca-Cola reminding me. It's the real thing. Yeah, a lot of people don't remember that. What I remember of Coke, my earliest memory of Coke, I was at a Billy Jack movie. I was probably, I don't know if I was 13, somewhere in there. And before the movie came up was this Coca-Cola commercial. And you can find it on YouTube. It's called I Like to Teach the World to Sing. It was a wonderful song. Oh, right on, Gator. I was a nurse's aide in my early 20s. And what I learned from that, I applied to helping my mom when she was dying of multiple sclerosis. All right. Yeah, I'll let you know, Dave. Yeah, Mr. Reese will have to. Me and Mr. Reese are in direct contact. I'm open for suggestion. Yeah, just let me know a day ahead of time, Mr. Reese. You know, like on a Saturday or Sunday. That'd probably be best for Mr. Reese because he's a working man. You know, 5 days a week. figure it out. Maybe for a practice like on a Saturday and do something on Sunday or, something like that. And we can, I can set it up so it doesn't broadcast, but, it's like it'll get recorded anyway. I have that ability on StreamYards. And I can send both of you the link after it's finished. Yeah. Friday's coming up. It's Wednesday. Friday's payday for me. It's supposed to be. It usually is. Because the first is on a Sunday. So I get paid the Friday before that. Cheers, y'all. Let me give us some shout outs. Shout out to Hustle. Hell yeah, lady. Still admire one of her great admirers from afar. Right on. I can talk about my disability. I was in my 20s, my late 20s. I crushed my spleen snowboard. I landed more or less with my hands onto a stump that I didn't know was on the ground there. It was off the side of the trails where I hit. Boom! So I popped my spleen basically, and I had to have it removed. They cut me just below my sternum all the way down, man. And I think in my 30s I had a perforated ulcer. That's what happens when you become a stepdad and a dad and you work on a hard job. And yeah, anyway. Then in my 40s I had another perforated ulcer. Too much worry and a few other things. And then I ended up with a hernia like about a year and a half, 2 years later. I had the surgery to have that repaired. That turned me disabled. I'm not supposed to lift anything above 25 pounds, blah, blah, blah. And here I am, a big guy who's used to working his, So, yeah, another shout out. AC show. Hell yeah, man. Hey, go there, watch all you want. Just be careful what you clue in on. Don't say a lot, because if you do, you might become a target. But hey, you're respectful, that won't happen. Right on, Gator. Hell yeah. I knew there was something gifted about you other than your music. Hell yeah. We're not singularities. We have multiple gifts. Not everyone's like that. Yeah, I see. I got my face up there. I'm going to take my face down. There we Alright. Oh yes, man. He'll be back. He's got to do his thing. He's got the volume up a little bit so he can hear us. Hell yes. Hey, I invite that. We got 3. Oh, we got 4. Hey, welcome aboard. Thanks for coming up. I just saw Trick go from 3 to 4. 1's always my, oh, I thought I had my phone connected to it. It wasn't there for a minute. I don't know why it didn't do that. Stay on that road. There. Oh, come on. Now, let me see here. There we go, I think my phone is synced up now with the rest of them. I'm going to leave the music in the background. I'll turn it up just a little bit. I'll be back. I about 2 minutes before the show started. The one that's laying right next to me, all snuggled up, purring. She scratches at the door in my house, and he's telling me, "Hey, Charlie wants it." Yeah, what a good cat here. Gotta keep her from scratching shit up when she wants in and out. She don't talk much. Welcome aboard. Oh, there's 5 now. Actually, that's 4. You said whatever number's up there, I -1 because my phone is also counting as well. Welcome aboard. Give her a thumbs up. No one will know. I won't tell anybody you did. It'll be our secret. That's about as fucking hot as I get. Yeah. Let me turn that music back down there. There we go. Down there where reset it was safe. Yeah, I'm getting more YouTube announcements. A dark force just ripped through Andromeda universe. Yeah. Film at 11. No, not really, but yeah, we'll find out. They have things that they're measuring that are happening out in space that go beyond the speed of light, and that's unexplainable. Cosmic events that go past the speed of light, and today's physicists can't explain it thoroughly. It's not what we think it is. It's like a painting before our eyes, but much more in depth than that. Because even the nearest star, what do they say, 4 or 5 year generations at the speed we can go now. It would take 4 or 5 generations, maybe more, to be born before they'd get there, before we'd get there. We don't know how to travel, how to combine space and time. They say it's theoretically possible, but they still don't know how to make it happen. I'll check out that crap later. YouTube. That finger. Wow, it shows one thing on the other one. Oh, you know what? I need to advance my video on my phone because it's way, way behind. I'm getting there. Come on, phone. I'm sure I'm there. Nah, I might be still maybe a little bit behind. Mr. Reese. We're not looking inward enough. That's the problem. Not just anybody can reach those depths or fathoms. Only those of the soul. That's about to become, who has a soul and who doesn't, is going to become a topic one day in our future. I see it coming. And once the numbers are realized, 1 in 5, 1 in 5. The well of souls ran out a long time ago. I'm sure there was a biblical marking for that, but not something that I've researched much. I believe there are states of mind you can get into and travel at the speed of thought. Mayans were researching souls. And the soul's journey, the soul's purpose. After sacrificing tens of thousands on altars, you think they didn't come to some kind of conclusion? That we're not being taught, we're not being told about. I read this series of books written by an author named Carlos Castaneda. And he talked about a lot of things, psychotropic drugs, peyote, mescaline, and a few others. But that wasn't the basis. That was his initial start by looking at herbal plants. He was an anthropologist, and he was looking into the Yaqui Indians. Yaqui. Yeah. We call them Yaqui, the Yaqui. Yeah. And they were of Mayan descent, but they were more advanced in what was going on with the human soul. Well, they don't miss a Reese. That's why several times a year I pay homage. So I've been under a bridge. Not rhetorically, but physically. Dying. I end up getting it taken care of. That was another part of my disability. I had skin cancer, the tumor growing, and I had that and more removed. Hasn't returned. I appreciate each and every day the Lord gives me. I don't care if people believe that or not. This is not mine to judge. It's ours to mentor. Not judge, but mentor. That's a big difference. What we are to administer to. I'm somewhat balanced on that last statement, Mr. Reese. I think there was a limited number. I don't think people realize just how unique Earth actually is. I have a feeling that there have been other societies throughout the eons. Many things were tried and failed because of the influence of evil and greed. Greed is evil because of evil. But I think there were certain few that took more of a Vulcan look at it and used logic and reason. They combined them both. Those are the whites, the tall whites they speak of. They look like Nordic people until pure white hair, white complexion, but very large in stature. Not gigantic, like tall, thin, good looking. That's how we'd see them. Who knows though? Who really, really knows? branches of our former governments do. They know how many species are out there and because they've spoken with them. They've spoken with a few species. And it's been a culmination of that information. The problem is human beings, as human beings, let's put it this way. You wouldn't want to give a caveman the button for complete nuclear annihilation, would you? And I think that's how they see us, because their technologies are so advanced that if they let us in on one part of it, it's going to flood us in with all of it. And we're not intelligent enough to be able to handle that. There are too many people that could create something from nothing and end up destroying a huge chunk of the planet individually. That kind of mindlessness, I think we need to find a way to, I don't want to say breed it out, but we need to find a way to weed it out. Further educate our youth. That's where it starts. It starts with our kids. And if we give them enough information and inspiration to go forth and do better deeds than what they've been given, I agree, Gator. We are a learning species, intelligent enough to store history. But look at what's happened in the past with history. They're finding that this planet has had several histories completely annihilated by not only man and its wars, but Earth's what's the word I'm looking for? The way Earth's evolution has created a destruction of that past, buried it deep, and some in the frozen, and some of it deep in the desert where we'll never ever find it. And every time a little piece of it pops up, something like the Smithsonian or the government steps in. Same kind of difference. And they snatch it up and hide it. Yep. Because the full truth, they don't want us to see. And I have a sneaky suspicion that there were Christ-like situations before us. We're just more refined on this version of it. A bit more aware to see what's coming. A bit more intelligent to know how to deal with it. And if we don't, it gets tilled over again like it did before. That's what happened. It got tilled under by the floods. And I got a feeling it's not the first time and it's not the last time. There are lakes building up under a ice to the north. One day, that's what happened before they say that the lakes build up underneath the ocean floor, and all of a sudden it breaks loose, and a lake as big as Lake Michigan all of a sudden floods the ocean. And then one twice that size breaks open and it floods. That's a lot of water, kids. And what they found was that, I've seen a lot of research on it. They've gone deep into the ocean, or not deep, but deep enough into the ocean offshore of many civilizations, and found that there were civilizations there before when the ocean was much, much lower. Mysteries. Any and all attempts to hide the past is an evil, because there's so much wisdom in the past of successful and failed. So we don't want to repeat the mistakes of our fathers. And I didn't. My father went across the ocean. I've always stayed in the same state my son's in. I took up to Phoenix for a little while. It was fun. But after that, no, I stayed in Michigan. Yep. Perspective is a major control tool of humanity. He who controls perspective controls much. And we see a war between perspectives of good and evil, selfishness and community. We those of us who have any intelligence and awareness see that it's one party that keeps trying to divide and separate one side from the other, rather than saying, look, we're all of one nation. Be proud of that nation, not one side of it or the other, but of that nation itself. If all countries promoted that, imagine the collaborations that could be created. But they don't want to do that. Our country at one time didn't rely on the taxes. It relied on the tariffs. And that's where our president's trying to get us to a percentage of tariffs and tariff threats, tariff utilizations, call it, so that it funds our government and all the programs without taxing its people. That's where this government right now wants to get us to. Ask. Yes, we do have. That's right, Mr. Reese. We have more power than they can imagine. They're afraid of that. Here's a power that I keep expressing on the internet. There are 14 million, over 14 million hunters and veterans combined in the United States. If we all got together, we would be the largest armed force that has ever been known on the planet. But what these leftists need to thank God for is that we put in place police, National Guard, and the military between us as an act of mercy, because we also place rules of engagement upon them to be just. That's so that 14 million plus of us that won't abide by those rules of engagement have to act. They don't realize the mercy they're given. They are common idiots that believe mercy is somehow a sign of cowardice. That is the mistake they make. That's not spoken of, but that's about as deep as it gets. Intention, that's what it all is. Their intention is to thwart our will, and they don't realize that we're giving them so much mercy by allowing the police, the National Guard, and our military troops to be between us. We do have the power to take that and say, step aside. I don't know what that act is. I have a feeling it's somewhere in our Constitution where the people can go, look, our military isn't aggressive enough. And we the people need to take charge, become the dads, the fathers of this great experiment known as democracy. It has to be Republican rule, kids. We're the ones that don't want to corrupt and pervert the system. I think in a higher percentage than what they. Don't get me wrong. There are Republican senators, Congress people that, yeah, they too. They've taken advantage of the system. And I think we need to say, look, you got what you got out of that. Now you need to back off and let the adults take charge of what needs to happen. Let the dad, yeah, that's patriotic. And that's, it starts with a Pate. With a guy in charge. Yeah. Man needs to take charge of that shit. Hell yes, Mr. Reese. I completely believe that. And then we've got a follower. Yeah. I'd love to get a leftist up here to argue with me. They don't realize I have everybody from Andrew Wilson to Ben Shapiro to old Charlie Kirk stuff to destroy them. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that up for a bit. Hell yes. Hey, the captain needs a refill. I'll up the music a little bit and I'll be right back. Alright. Alright. Yeah, let me get that music turned back down. Yeah, I just sat down. My cat's like, okay, you're not going to sit on me, are you? No, I'm not going to sit on you, good girl. Yeah. Yeah. Wish I could show you her. He's a good cat. Thank you, Mr. Reese, for coming. I appreciate you, bro. Hell yes. Take care. Much appreciation, bro. Good night and sweet dreams, man. We'll see you later. Everybody popped out for a minute. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to be up here much longer. I'm going to listen to some, let's call it a little bit better music. Ozzy and Black Label Society. Yeah, I'd rather listen to that. Wow, it went down to 0. That's impossible because 1 is me. I'm still a 1. I'm still there. Wow, that's weird. Oh, there it came back up. All right. Well, hey, if nobody's got anything more to say, and Gator, we'll talk Friday. Let's see, this is Wednesday night. We'll talk Friday night. We'll see what's happening. Yeah, we'll talk me, you, and Mr. Reese. You know. Like I said, I can do a stream and not bring everybody, but just you and I and Mr. Reese on it. Yeah, I pay for it. I can utilize it. Absolutely. Well, hey everyone, I'm glad you were here, and I hope you come back to the next Captain's Table, number 16. Yeah, we're building up as we go. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, but especially ladies, good night. We will see you on the next Captain's Table. Peace out.